Cool.
What's up, everybody? We took a day off last week. Not that none of you idiots recognized it, but we did, and it's nice to be back after a little bit of time off. Prepared for Nothing podcast. Got Justin here, Connor in the building. Junaid's somewhere. I hope safe. How are you, bud? Oh, shit.
I'm doing great. Welcome to the Prepared for Nothing podcast. After a slight hiatus, we're ready to keep your mind off the terrible things going on and give you something to laugh about, give you something to talk about, something to argue about, something to cry about probably. But hopefully you get cheered up at the end of it. And shout out to Belgium.
Always.
Shout out to Belgium.
Always. I want to... Go ahead.
Or somebody with a VPN out of Belgium. I said somebody with a VPN out of Belgium.
Yep, for sure. I want to talk one simple thing right off to the bat today. I watched a video of a guy on Instagram today cliff jumping with fucking socks and shoes on. If you willingly jump into a body of water, not saving somebody's life with socks and shoes on, I think your name needs to be fucking added to a list. And then as soon as kids go missing, that's the list we start with of suspects.
I'm down for that.
Yeah? Like a registry, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
People who jump... Mm-hmm. I'm glad. Okay.
Well, I mean, what is it? That's like one of the weirdest things about like hikers is usually whenever people go missing in the woods, it'll be like avid hiker, done this trail numerous times, fully prepared, disappears off the face of the earth.
They were in a river by some dude who had his fucking socks and shoes on in the river, and he was able to beast mode through it and fucking kill him. Every single time, bro.
But I've seen a pretty good comic where it has this guy like on a hillside with all his hiking equipment, and he's like, man, I love doing this every now and then. This is one of my favorite trails that I do often. And then he like looks out into the woods, and then it like cuts back, and it's just his shoes and backpack on the hillside and like nothing else.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Oh god. Dude, like, okay, so whenever I go camping or hiking or something like that, like, there's a specific pledge and, like, a specific welcoming that you say to, like, the area. Because there's things and like, the rocks, the trees, everything has, like, a soul, at least in my culture and religion. And you're supposed to, like, say, thank you for letting me come. Peace be with you, and I'm here to honor your beauty.
Right.
Welcome me. And like,
is that the prayer?
Sorry, Junaid. Do you guys like when I add some mids to Junaid's cutout bass notes? We didn't hear any of that, bud.
Oh,
I was just
so
beatboxing
sad.
over the top of it, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. What I was saying is, like, in my culture and religion, there's a certain prayer and pledge that you say when you enter a trail. But then, and like you go in without being courteous, with your socks and shoes on, jump in a river, be like, look at my socks and dirty toes, and the trail is just like, all right, let me teach you something.
Should get hit.
God.
Damn, this man came into my lake with socks and shoes on.
Dirt from the ground that was just over there.
Banishment. Disappear for
I'm more
years.
about I can't stand the idea of having wet socks and shoes on my feet for the rest of the day willingly. You could take them off before you jump off the cliff. You can get out of the water, you can let your feet dry, and you put them on like a normal fucking human being. Nah, this old man had New Balances, like the typical man old dad shoes, you know, and fucking like Nike mid-calves. I was like, bruh.
You know what would be pretty funny? Just like baffle search and rescue is if you know you're gonna die.
Okay.
Go out into the woods. and then like do that disappear thing. So now they've sent search and rescue for you. Like ditch all your stuff in one area and then go to like another area, put on like full scuba gear and climb a tree and like try your best just to die up there. And just baffle search and rescue when they find you eventually.
Jesus Christ!
Like maybe a month later,
It's like
we found him in full scuba gear 10 miles from the trail in a tree.
Yo, have you seen like it? Almost reminds me like when the video, like the pictures of when like a lion takes an animal up into the tree and they find their like sprawled out carcass.
But then
laying
like
on the tree years later.
To add something more to it, it's just like my husband's never been scuba diving.
Yeah, he had rain boots on. What the fuck? That guy like.
It's like, what do you mean he had scuba gear? He doesn't own scuba gear.
I love that this person's long con too also involves them dying for the joke.
Oh
And
yeah,
you really
100%.
really got to sell it.
You have
which
to
I
commit.
like.
That's the sad part is you'll never get to see the outcome.
Right.
You'll just have to hope.
Fuck.
Hope it goes well.
Unless there's an afterlife.
He's just like scuba gear is how much, and gun
I'm
is
not
how
going
much.
anywhere.
You know, I'll just rent the scuba gear.
I'll
I just
just
need it
rent
for
it.
like. I'll
Oh,
bring
I
it back.
swear, it'll be right back.
I'll bring it back tomorrow.
You could keep my ID as a collateral. Don't worry, guys. Laughing.
They're just like, are you traveling somewhere? Do you need it for like a weekend? They're like, no, I'll be back in a day. They're like, where are you going in a day? We're in a landlocked state.
He's like, oh,
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're
I've
in
been
like
doing some trading.
Arizona.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
I'm
was
gonna
doing
go
trading.
scuba dive at the Great Salt Lake.
You can't even submerge.
Dude, you're like trying to go down.
I bought so many weights and I will not sink.
Damn, I'm just trying to know what's in that fucking water, cuz.
That's probably why like Jesus is so big out here. Is it didn't take much for some dude to imitate walking on water with that lake.
Oh, yeah, it's like Mirage, and he's just like walking across the lake playa.
Oh, plus all the salt in the lake, you just
Yeah,
float.
dude. That's a good idea. Do you guys want to know what my first comedy bit I'm going to try and write out? I'm going to spoil it here.
All right.
Ready? In the story of Genesis, Eve is tempted by a snake to eat an apple, right?
Okay.
And that's what is the original sin that humans are, bound to. I think it's real suspect that it was a snake. Do you think Adam might have just been like cutting up some apples like peach rings and putting them on his dick, and they were just like kind of getting into some shit, and then they forgot, and she ate the apples, and then God came back and was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And she was like, "It was like this snake, you know what I mean? Yeah, a snake came and told me." And Adam's sitting over there like, yeah.
God coming
The
in. It's
snake.
like, okay, who taught you this shit? Which of these animals taught you this shit?
You know, some theologians believe the whole snake and apple thing was like more of
For
like a metaphor.
Adam's dick.
It's more like it's more like the devil seduced Eve
With
and
Adam, the devil,
did the
used
dirty.
his penis to seduce Eve with an apple on it. Okay.
Couldn't the apple just be like an analogy for an ass?
What if it was God's dick? If he was the one like sticking it
No,
down,
like,
hey Eve, you want to try? And also talk about this. How the fuck, even if a snake can talk, okay? On the premise of a snake that can talk, how is he gonna bring you a fucking apple and talk with it? You gotta hold the fucking apple in your mouth, and you're saying he talked to you? Like what? Nah, I'm not buying it. I still think dick shit.
Dick shit.
Yeah. I'll find a way to work it out one day into a good joke. It'll be a tough one.
Adam's hog seduced Eve.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one because you're literally alienate every religion.
Porn music starts to play.
You know what? Anti-Christian jokes do really good here in Salt Lake because it's all the atheists are the only ones who go to the comedy clubs.
That's
None of
true.
the religious people do. So I went to one show here in Salt Lake, and the opener did 25 minutes just shitting on Mormons. And I was like, that was his whole set. He did a whole based set just being like, y'all are fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You need to chill with this bullshit.
Yeah.
And he killed. The room was dying, you know.
I think part of it too is he had the target audience.
Yeah. You can't go do that in Cincinnati
No.
and talk shit on Mormons. They're going to be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking
The
about.
fuck's a Mormon, dude?
Yeah, dude. I don't get your Joseph Smith jokes. Like,
Yeah, bring it over to like anywhere outside of America.
yeah.
The hell's a Mormon?
Bomb. Horrid, you know what I mean? But when he was just sitting there just fucking going off on the temple and how he was like fucking with the temple workers all day, and he's like, my new favorite thing is just to go like ask them questions. Yo, one time I brought a friend from the south to Salt Lake, and he wanted to go see the temple because he was just curious as to like what is this thing they rave about. And he realized that all the temple workers at the temple in Salt Lake are not Salt Lakers.
Mm-mm.
They fly in like women from exotic countries, and they're the ones who are like all the desk takers and kind of all the speakers for the temple. And he walked straight up to one of them because on the top of the Mormon temple there's Moroni, this guy in the Mormon church blowing the horn, is like a gold topper on the church.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks straight up to this lady and he's like, hey, what's that guy doing up there? She's like, that's Moroni. And the lady like tried to explain the story, and he's like, that dude looks pretty stuck up there, scared. Looks like he's got a horn trying to yell like, help, help, somebody let me down, help. And the girl's like, well, no, in the Book of Mormon, actually, Moroni was... And he, for like 5 minutes, was just going back and forth with her. Just like, I can't believe you're not going to call your manager about this dude stranded up with a horn
take the
on
joke,
the top
take
of
the joke, please.
Please. She couldn't. She was just like too into it, you know?
She doesn't know like humor. She was only taught select English phrases to explain.
Yes, and she's just going through her script, actually explaining it. Yeah. And he's like, I think I can hear him. Can you hear that? Help, help. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking dying watching
I'd like to
this
go
whole
and just like critique their art.
Ooh, from like an artistic eye?
From an artistic eye. Like not even like a physical, like, you know, actual critique. Just be like, so what do you think their inspiration was? And like kind of look over it. It's like, do you think it's kind of strange if they went with a Renaissance vibe, you know, about 400 years later, post-Renaissance?
Right.
And just things like that, and see how they try and, you know, justify.
Stare at the Mormon sculpture and just be loudly like, do you think this, like, there was like a live model they used for this? Or like, who do you think this is based on?
Do you think, I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but do you think if they used more of a modern, contemporary, maybe like a, I don't know, like a Banksy design, it would probably be more fitting to the time frame of the church? Because, I mean, Banksy very much does speak of the church in a way.
You know, this is very realist, and we need to add some, like, abstract expression into this art.
I think there is some abstractness to the expression of the Church of the Latter-day Saints, and I feel that this...
Did you just say Church of the Latter-day Saints?
The Latter-day Saints.
Dude, yes, that's the new name. Oh. Do you think this Latter-day Saint is the one that's modeled here with this sculpture of Jesus? Asking the staff, like...
Well, I mean, it says later day, so I'm assuming that means postmodern, yes?
Yeah.
Because that would be like modern-esque, you know, the future is a later day, so wouldn't you say that these are more futuristic, and shouldn't the artwork more express futuristic?
Ooh. Or by latter day, do they mean like we just have old art?
True. And thus dated and, you know, obsolete.
Yeah. Do you think you could walk up to like a painting of the like Last Supper and be like, dang, why y'all got a painting of Fabio and his crew up here or something?
The museum. Sir, this is. I don't think you can be in here. That whole rule of like non-Mormons so far in the church.
Yeah, the Mormon center, like the visitor ones, though, anyone can go into.
I know, you got to go into like one of the official ones. Sunglasses, cane, just like trotting in. They can't really stop you because you can't tell when you're supposed to stop, and you just go all the way in until they finally stop you, and just like, I'm in the museum.
I'm just trying to look at this art in here. What am I doing wrong? Yo, Clayton Bigsby it and just kind of like act like you don't know what's going on at all one bit. And you're just like, where's my grandkids? You know, like just yelling crazy shit.
And they're trying to stop you. He's like, I forgot to grab the audio recordings for the museum. You're bringing it to me, yes? Are you the person that's supposed to give me the tour of the museum?
You're staring at a painting like, you guys got 3D glasses for this? But he's blind with his, like, walking stick.
Just kind of looking at it. Then, like, slowly bring your stick up and, like, touch the painting.
I like to feel the texture.
Sir, stop that. I'm looking at the art.
Oh my God.
I am experiencing your art.
Oh, Lord. We need to do it.
Does Jesus not think I deserve to see the magnificence of the art of the church?
Janae's kept real quiet this whole conversation.
Yeah, let's move on, man. God, we were talking about, oh my God, let's shit on the church.
Yeah,
Let's move on. Talk about that one lady who's anti-vax.
you want to talk about Crazy Girl?
Crazy
fucking
woman. She's no longer a girl. You're a crazy woman.
Psychopathic adult. All right, so we went to school with this girl at the time, now woman, that has kind of jumped her full-time career into not only like social media influencing, but also promoting herself as a dietitian and a hormone and fertility specialist. And for the last about, year, I've been watching her Instagram posts, and they've been progressively getting crazier and crazier. It started with some simple stuff like, if you're having problems getting pregnant, don't bother going to a fertility doctor. Just come to me, and I will put you on a special blend of, this month you'll take an iron supplement, and then the third week you'll change the iron to magnesium supplements, and that will, all these just like kind of loony things. But I also noticed there was quite a tone of actually promoting the rejection of science throughout her stuff, telling people, don't go to doctors, don't believe them. So then COVID hits. And everything starts getting real crazy, She's starting to post all about how she has 2 kids and they've never had a vaccine in their life, and she doesn't bother taking them to the doctors because they're just going to lie. And, just some kind of general kind of crazy COVID-related stances. And just last week, she posted this long, 20-post Instagram story about how she went to the Shakespearean Festival down in St. George, and she has a mask exemption. But she admits later on that the mask exemption she has, her medical mask exemption, is because she refuses to give up her constitutional rights to breathe air. So she admits right off the bat, I lied to a doctor about some bullshit to get this mask exemption. So now I'm at this event down in Cedar City that requires masks at every show, and I'm the only one not wearing a mask. And boy, if you would have seen the looks that people were giving me, I finally now truly understand what it must have been like to experience segregation after slavery. This motherfucking bitch straight up tried to conflate her choosing not to wear a mask with fucking being a slave.
So, Justin, what'd you say? What'd you say to pick this fight? Well, she picked basically the fight. What did you say to her? You dumb.
She started this, and I had been passively watching, you know what I mean? But I finally decided to say something. And I just messaged, a reply to the story and just said, you're fucking insane for saying that not wearing a mask is anything like the plights of slavery. And it's such a shame to see such an educated person reject science and to promote the rejection of science. And that's what I said to her. And
Oh
I
damn.
said that to her, and she messaged me back about 2 hours later and said, if you don't like what I have to say, you know where the unfollow button is. And yes, I do reject science, dot, 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 the fake science that's being fed to you. I hope you enjoy wearing your mask. And then
Yeah, that's fine. I
I
love
love
enjoying. I
wearing it.
love
So I
wearing a
went
mask.
to go
His anonymity is like,
the tits, dude. Yeah, but no.
sorry.
And then I went to her page.
Yeah, like no one can see what
Nope.
you're thinking. You don't have to worry about
Nope.
brushing your teeth
Eat some
or your
onions at
breath.
lunch. That's okay. You know, like. But so anyways, I
Yeah.
went to her page, and immediately after sending me, which I love the petty, like if you don't like what I'm saying, you know where the unfollow button is. That's really petty. But then to immediately go block somebody after that kind of like invalidates your whole giving me the option to just. You're like, it's your choice. You can unfollow me, dude. But then immediately block me. So, you know me, I might have like social media accounts for a podcast that we may or may not run that may give me access to see all these. But I will admit, she also went back and deleted all of the posts. She deleted the whole story. Which in the end, I'm actually a little happy because I talked some shit and she removed her false fucking bullshit from the internet for maybe anyone else to be influenced by. So I win. You fucking thought you were cool.
I don't think it was just
Oh,
you.
I'm sure. It.
I think it was a lot
She's
of people. And she's like, oh no, my followers. Oh no, my little pigeons,
Yeah, dude. And I just.
my little
It's
puppets.
fucking.
They're leaving.
You can't even say that. And I'm so tired of this like fucking crazy conservative bullshit thought of like. In her post, she was like, I refuse to be muzzled. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Or if you are so incapable.
You
if you're
should be muzzled. You should be
100%. You
muzzled.
can't talk behind a piece of fabric. Are you that pussy at speaking that you can't even talk through a fucking cloth, dude? You know
Your
what I mean?
vocal cords are so pathetic.
God, dude.
I'm blocking it with a single layer of fabric.
This small fabric shall muzzle the libs from ever speaking
I have
their
gagged you
nonsense.
with my lightest of linens.
Oh my god, dude. Eat fucking shit. I hope you hear this. And when you do, and I hope she hears it, know that I hope you fucking eat shit.
So I'm curious.
Dude, she wasn't even that popular in high school. Like everybody
Hot
thought
shit.
she was just like a ditzy, like wannabe popular person.
Do you know
It's like,
also,
yo, dude, this isn't how
also
the
let
school
me
works.
point out, she fucking for the last 4 years was pushing Modera, which is a non-FDA approved like skin tightening serum. So she's been out there fucking peddling un-FDA approved MLM brands for years. And then is now all of a sudden like, you don't know what these things you're putting in your body are, and there's been no official studies on it. It's like, don't you work for... My wife showed me a joke the other day, and I'm going to repeat it here on this, and it just said the Venn diagram of people who won't take the vaccine because it's not FDA approved against people who sold un-FDA approved MLMs is just a perfect circle. And I'm realizing it's the fucking truth.
Yeah, but the vaccines are
No.
FDA approved now.
Nope,
They're not?
none of them are.
Nope, none of them are.
Well, dude, I got a Chinese vaccine,
That-
so I'm doing just fine. My PP works. My PP works. My heart rate's fine.
Have you
My
tried
brain works.
Have you
I'm
tried
all
sticking
good,
a
man.
coin on your arm by where you got the injection site to see if there's a magnetic chip in your arm and it holds the coin magically on your arm?
Okay, I love that theory.
Hold on.
But aren't like, yeah, but coins
I
aren't
know.
magnetic.
So Connor was just to point out, we need to talk about this video. This whole thing is hilarious.
I'm not saying that. Just the whole theory that they're using the injection to chip you. It's like, okay, if you're gonna chip someone, why are you gonna put it in their arm where A, they can see it and cut it out,
Dude, we have cell phones. We already chipped.
You're already
bitch.
chipped, yeah, but
We
it's just
already
like
chipped,
if you're gonna
bitch.
put a tracking device in someone, put it somewhere where they can't get to
We're
it.
just gonna do it when people are babies and let them
Yeah.
fucking in the middle of their back. Anyway, so Janae, this guy made this video with a singular car key, and he's holding it up to his arm. Now, keep in mind, this is kind of like a bigger dude, so he's got a little bit of got a little chub on the arm. He's holding his arm at a 45-degree angle, so not even perfectly vertical, and he's kind of sweating. You know when your skin gets sweaty and you get that technique, you know what I mean? So he starts sticking like car keys, singular car keys, and like at one point he does a copper penny. And he's like, see it sticking, and he's trying to make this whole TikTok like thing about how he's proving that he's been chipped. So someone responded to him, yo, it's just that your skin's sticking, and that's why it's holding on there, and he wouldn't believe him. So they told him, all right, put baby powder on your arm, and do it again with the baby powder on your arm, so that your like skin won't have that surface tension. And he did, and the key immediately falls off, and he starts the TikTok being like, all right, I'm about to prove you guys wrong, and it falls. And he just looks back at the camera, and he's like, I think I fucked up, y'all. The video ends, and he posts another one right afterwards, just being like, I'm an idiot. I'm really sorry, guys. Like,
It's come to my attention, pennies are not
they're
magnetic.
not magnetic, and it was just sticking to my skin because I pushed it really hard. So it's now just become like a joke. Like, especially at my work now, all the time I'll run up to people and just be like, look, dude, I'm finally magnetized. But I'll be holding my arm at like a horizontal level, just like, you know, holding something on my hand.
Stick like your credit card. The chip in my credit card connects to the chip in my arm.
Yeah, I can pay myself. Unlimited money. Oh my god, do you think we could start that scam?
How would you even do that? Like,
Okay, so this is what you do.
Oh,
I got it.
I
You
know.
tell people that if they give you their credit card number, you have an app that allows them to hack the chip from their vaccine to make unlimited money. So they hand over their credit card to you, and then we just steal that shit.
And then when they look at their bank statement, we could call the company "You're a Moron Incorporated," and then
no, I got.
that'll
I
just
got how
show
you
up
do
as
it.
a
So
line.
basically, here's the sales pitch: is that the chip in your arm is directly linked to the government servers, meaning that it also indirectly could act as a backdoor into the government's warehousing for gold and silver. Meaning that if you work with us, we can register through the chip as a backdoor into the Treasury Department and then basically load your bank account.
Dude, you've already said so many big and convincing words that
All
I'm
we need-
sure some people would believe this.
All we need is your routing number.
Your
And-
account number,
Yeah, your account number,
billing address,
billing address, and then the serial number
CVV code,
on the receipt of your vaccine.
social security number.
We don't even need all that stuff. All you need is their routing number, and
Dude.
you can do a routing scan.
Dude,
with it.
I've seen the vaccine cards in the U.S. and they're like the stupidest, like most
Dude,
fake
we
looking
were
shit
talking
I've
about
ever
this At my
seen.
mom's last night, actually, that it literally is just a piece of cardboard paper. Mine's printed crooked. The lines on it aren't even printed. Like, if I was looking at mine, I'd be like, this thing's a fucking fake. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
when you get them
So
laminated-
here in Pakistan,
Ooh.
when you get
Oh,
them
sorry.
laminated, they can't laminate the originals because the stickers they use are heat sensitive. So they photocopy yours and then laminate it. But you can very easily photocopy,
How easy would it
edit.
be to either edit it, or if you worked at a vaccine center and you just pocketed one card? It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
okay, so in Pakistan we have an app
Do you have a brick?
that's developed, and as soon as you get a vaccine, your information's input into the input into the app, and then you get to like you have a certificate and a barcode that's linked with your stuff. You could download the certificate. You could print the official sign. Then somebody at the other end signs, like digitally signs it, and then you have an updated certificate for 50 cents that is used internationally and certified by the government of Pakistan. Like, it has all
Janae,
these things for a
Janae,
country
can I
with,
tell you something that's gonna
and
break
I
your
don't know why
heart?
the U.S. didn't do that.
You do? Can I tell you something that's gonna break your heart, Janae? We
What?
also have that, but we don't have to pay for it. It's just they also give you the paper copy there when you're there.
Yeah.
But we
It
have
goes
the
on your
whole
medical
app.
record.
Yeah, it's on your medical records. There's plenty of apps here that you can access your
it's like through
vaccine
your vaccine
passport
records.
through. That's not unique. We're just laughing about the original one that you fucking walk out of the vaccine center with that day.
But that's the thing. That's going to be the thing they're going to be checking for, like, vaccine passports and stuff.
Is the paper one.
Is the paper one. So it's very easily to fake to get in. I mean, I'm sure people have already, like, uploaded a template of it online.
The hard part is because like with the
Yeah, I'm gonna
restrictions on it not being FDA approved, even like my work who was about to start allowing vaccinated employees to go maskless, they said you have to have proof of vaccination, but we'll never ask you to show it to us. You just have to sign this piece of paper that says that you have it. So it's pretty much.
Look what I
like
just found on
your word.
Google.
Yeah, that is on Google search.
Yeah, no.
It's the top result.
No. Yeah. So in Pakistan, you get like a serial number and a barcode. And if you go to any government building, they're like, all right, what's your serial number barcode for your certificate? They put it in.
Yeah.
They're like, all right. And then they match up all the information for you. Be like, all right, cool. You can go in. But then, yeah, like you got to provide
No, we
that.
have
You
the
literally
apps
just-
and stuff. It's just the law right now because Americans are so fucking afraid of their constitutional rights being taken, and the idea of having to show proof of a vaccination is no different than having to show your proof of not being a Jew in the Holocaust. Like, that's how they view it. And so because of that, even though we have the technology to show it, not very many people can, or if they can, they choose not to actually enforce it in any measurable way of actually checking it.
Sir, please put your dick away. We just asked for the vaccine. I'm circumcised.
Dude, Americans are all about the money. They're like, you're going to come in here and shop. We don't give a fuck if you got the vaccine, if you got a mask on.
right.
Like, you got $10? Yeah, come here, kid. Like,
So I want to go back to that person you were talking about. They were in the same graduating class as you?
yes,
So they're the same age as you.
same age.
Okay. How old were you in 2012? About
20.
20? Okay.
20.
So because that's the oldest profile picture they have on their Facebook goes back to 2012. They look exactly the same as they do now in their current one. And that's not to say, like, kudos to them for not aging, but it doesn't help that they started off looking like a 39-year-old mom.
Yeah, that's true. Janae, did you ever hear the crazy story about what happened to her nose in youth? This is horrid because it's going to sound like I'm like talking shit on somebody's facial appearance.
Before we do that, I have one more question.
What happened? Whose nose?
Our friend who blocked me on the interwebs.
What? She had a coke addiction
No.
and she
No,
disintegrated her
Connor,
septum.
follow up with
What
I'm
happened?
gonna say real quick.
So-
We'll go back to that.
Her most recent profile picture is her with her 2 kids, and the one before that is her in like a bikini with her husband. Neither of them have curly hair, or like light colored hair, but her oldest son has like curly, dirty blonde hair.
Connor, are you accusing the fertility woman of potentially lying about her babies? Because this is the greatest twist in the story of all time, and I'm going to say it's truth.
Okay.
She adopted babies? Is that what we're accusing her of?
Maybe, because now here's my second question is she has no pregnancy photos for the first baby. But she does for the second. So she legitimately had the second one. But let's see.
I love this speculation we're doing right
So
now.
she
This is
claimed
awesome.
to be pregnant with the first one
Claimed.
when she got married and said her I do's. That was 2018. Her in a wedding dress. And then this might be good.
Are we getting juicy? I can't look at her pictures anymore. I'm blocked.
All right. January 2018, wedding dress, no baby bump. June 2018, baby.
No baby bump in January, but baby in June.
So
That's
January,
sus.
February, March, April, May, June. I guess.
The 3 months you might not be showing.
Well, like 1 month.
I know a lot about
Yeah.
babies and science and stuff, you know.
So possibly, but it's just the concept that like no pregnant, like she's definitely got one where she's pregnant with the second child.
Okay. I like this theory we're going with, and I'm going to keep running with it. We'll tell Janaid my other horrid story, then we'll get off this crazy girl. No, she has a chunk out of the. I'm like totally just fucking vetting them right now. Taking out like the right side.
I see
the nose. You know, see what I'm saying?
I see it.
Story I heard, and I didn't remember this until I was like prepping for this pod. I remember hearing that she was fucking like in Alaska and was attacked by like a bear or a cougar that like scratched her face. And she like kind of barely survived. Did you ever hear that story, Janaid?
Yeah, she probably got jumped in a body of water with socks and
Oh
shoes on.
damn! Callback joke.
Okay. Counterpoint to the first thing.
Okay, let's get back to our conspiracy.
First pregnancy photo with the new kid, February 2019. Second pregnancy photo with the second kid, October 2019.
Something's fishy here.
Baby bump in both of them.
Something's fishy here. I think it's where those babies came from.
Yeah.
Bow, 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 bow. That was a poor joke about.
Well, see, I believe she had a baby. Just because of the pregnancy photo. I mean, one of them is her in a swimsuit. You cannot disguise the fact that she has a massive belly in a bikini.
8,000 followers on
Yeah.
IG. I ain't one of them.
But, in my opinion, that seems like a big gap for the first, or a small gap for the first baby and a huge gap for the second baby.
One. That makes sense. That makes sense. Janae, do you know what I said back when she said, enjoy your mask wearing? My only response was seeing that it has absolutely no negative impact on my life and that I'm wildly still able to speak through a piece of fabric. I will absolutely enjoy it. Thanks for the advice. Goddamn.
Yeah, dude, she's stupid as shit, man. And now I don't even want to go to the fucking reunion. Because I asked them when I filled out the Google form, I'm like, are you going to, like, require vaccinations? Because if not, I'm not
Why
coming.
would they do that?
Oh,
They're
these are
doing
the
it at
people
a-
hosting the reunion?
She doesn't. She's not hosting it, but like, we graduated with a small class of 80 people.
Okay.
So like, not wanting to run into one person kind of can make it so you don't want to go. Most people I've talked to have no interest in going, and I'm gonna go on my fuck high school reunions rant again. We got Facebook for now. Why do I need to go show up to hear about how a bunch of rich kids had privileged lives still after they graduated? I don't know. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
to me,
mean-
bro.
Yeah, that's true, Justin. That's true, Justin. Like, well, if you wanted to stay in touch with the people, then you stayed
Yes.
in touch with your friends.
I
Like
have,
you and me, baby.
Ride or die, and it's like I haven't talked to the majority of these people in 11 years. I haven't made a single attempt to contact them in 11 years. Why the fuck, for one night, do I want to pretend like I suddenly give a shit that homeboy fucking hunts with his falcon or something dumb? You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I send my falcon out and brings me back chihuahuas.
Yeah, dude, like, zero interest.
I feed it to my child.
Couple people are coming in town, and we might go to the bar beforehand. But they're also hosting our high school reunion at a bar, which is corny as can be. So
That is pretty corny. Usually you do it at the high school.
I think that's what happens when you're class president who's in charge of this stuff goes from crazy, crazy Mormon to jumping off the deep end of rejecting all religions. So now shit's got to hit a bar to be cool.
I mean, Justin, the only reason I might go is just because it's like a Waterford alumni event. And I might just want to go to network, man,
Go to
because maybe I can get a scholarship. Maybe I can get a scholarship just for networking. Because maybe
We lost you. We're lost you. Stop.
I said,
I heard you want to go to network part, but not anything after that.
sorry.
Goddamn.
Scholarship for
Go ahead. I got you. We're in. We're back.
is maybe get a scholarship for my son down the line. That's why I just want to network and be like in touch and be like, oh, he shows up.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
I'll be blunt. I don't know if I necessarily want to send my kid there, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, I know, but like that's true. That's true. Why would I want to do that? It didn't help me one bit.
They'll get some worldly.
It's a lot of money for some absolute bullshit. So, I mean,
Yeah, it is. It's like elementary school tuition is like I think 25 to 30
K a year.
Yeah, that's one of those things with private schools. If you really want to flex a private school, just do it like high school. There's no reason to send them to a private elementary school or a private middle school.
There were these kids that had like families of 10, and all 10 of them went to this school, and I'm like, how the fuck?
You know what it says here on your resume? You went to a private school and elementary school. You're obviously the candidate.
You're way smart.
Yeah.
Do you know the only thing that being able to say I went to a private high school has done for me in my adult life? Make people think I'm a pretentious rich kid, so I just don't tell people anymore. You know what I mean?
Like, true.
It has not helped me one bit. Now, I did get a decent education, but like, I don't know.
I guess it depends on like where you go to school too.
Nobody needed that to get through college, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Because like you said, if you throw that shit down on anything, I'm going to look at it and be like, you're a trust funder.
Yeah.
But I guess in a college application, it just tells the college, this person's going to pay for their student loans.
Not only that, but also our school, like for example, at the University of Utah, you know how they do like weighted entrance scores and stuff?
Yeah.
I heard rumors that the U weighted our high school's GPA a full point higher than anywhere else. Damn. So a 3.5 at my high school was looked at the U as over like a 4.0. So it really did help some of the kids.
Yeah, there was a report out that Waterford was the toughest school.
Yeah, but then like all it ended up with is still a bunch of student loan debt. Damn. Shit, Mom.
Justin, how many more payments you got left?
Fucking 10, 15 years? What do you mean how many more payments I got left? Like it's on my horizon
10?
of fucking knowing what's going on. I paid like $2,000 total of my like $24,000 or something like that.
God.
Not how much I'd paid, but that's how much like it's depreciated since I've been paying my student loans. The fuck, where you think I'm gonna get that type of money, dog?
You will.
I graduated 2 years ago, and you're thinking I'm already okay. How far are you away, dog? Do you have any? No. Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
All right, that's good. Yeah, dude, you got to realize like $25,000 of student loan debt takes like the average person over 10 years to pay off. Unless you become immediately like a doctor.
We're subsidized.
Justin, we're gonna get you out of that. As soon as I get back to the States, we're gonna start a business, baby. We're gonna do something
I have an idea.
we've always talked about. and we're gonna do it. What's up?
Have you ever thought about starting a podcast and trying to contribute some ideas?
I'm talking about business, baby. I want to get paid.
We'll get paid.
I want you to get
I
paid,
get paid.
baby.
I'm talking about them dollar sign, my man, motherfucking man G.
I probably could pay off my student loans more aggressively, but I'm so grumpy about how much I'm already seeing go out. I'm like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, just you don't need to do anything drastic like that because I have
That's
a feeling
what I'm
that they're going to
saying.
cancel
So
it.
why right now, especially since COVID hit?
It's not getting canceled.
Eh,
No way.
I'm gonna put it off as long as I can on the hopes. No, that's bad. But I'm lucky right now in that all my loans were federal, and so that means I'm on zero interest and zero payment requirements right now. So they pretty much froze it all. So
Yeah, you're gonna see it. That's what they're gonna use to in 2024 to run against Biden. That he didn't cancel any student loans. Shit like that.
I fucking hope one day, dude. I'm trying to be optimistic here, Connor.
There's like a
Jesus.
handful of people that will do it, and the Democratic Party keeps throwing them under the bus. So it's like it'd be
Just
great.
don't want to pay it, bro.
Those people will probably never get elected because their own party self-sabotages.
Do you know what I wish our really, really fancy high school would have explained to me, Janaid? What an unsubsidized student loan really means for your life.
Yeah.
And how horrid of a situation it is to get yourself in. Because nobody told me, and I came fresh out of high school at 18, and the U's like, we'll give you all this money in unsubsidized loans. And I was just like, hell yeah, dog. I'll take that.
That's money.
Heck yeah. And then I graduate, and I'm like, wait, that shit's been accruing interest the whole 8 years I've been doing this? Like, what the fuck?
Uh-oh. That didn't work as planned.
What? Oh, yeah. God, dude. I used $1,000 of student loan money towards my wedding, too, so that's a cool fact I shouldn't be admitting publicly on a podcast.
I didn't even know
In
you
Minecraft.
could do
In
that.
Minecraft. What?
I didn't even think you could do that. Oh, we lost Janaid.
Like, can or can't? What do you mean?
Like, I didn't think you could directly funnel it into that. I thought there was like some sort of requirement that it had to be funneled into a university or some sort.
Do you not get student loans either?
No, I don't.
That
Actually.
shit comes to your bank account, bro.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, this is how they fuck you on student loans, okay? This is the God's honest truth. Your tuition's gonna cost you $3,500 a semester.
Mm-hmm.
That's $7,000 a year. The university comes back, and the FAFSA comes back and says, "All right, you're estimating it's gonna be $3,500 a semester. We'll give you $7,000 a semester."
Okay.
So you can take extra. You can take as much as you want up to what they offer, which is generally twice what your tuition rate is.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of people have to use that money to also help subsidize their housing, their books,
Yeah.
all these
Honestly,
other
that's
things.
the most expensive part of college is
yes.
housing.
So if you have money due to the university, that comes out first in tuition and fees.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever you opt to take on top of that gets dumped into your bank account. And they say, hey, you're going to use this for school-related stuff, right? And you say, yup. And they say, chill.
All right.
We'll never ask to follow up on that unless you get audited for admitting on a podcast that you used it for your wedding.
No, my favorite thing is I've seen people that will
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, my Minecraft wedding.
well once they're like student loan, because you know how some loans will, after like X amount of time, the interest goes up.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take out another loan to pay off that one.
They put credit card loans down to pay off their fucking student loans.
Yeah,
and
so that way they have like more time until that one hits its time for interest, and they just like play hopscotch with it.
Dude, it's so fucked too. It's really fucked because it also is literally the only debt that you can't declare bankruptcy for.
Yeah.
They are gonna get your tuition money no fucking matter what. You know what I mean? Like, you can drive a business into the ground, fucking get millions of dollars in credit card debt and loan debt, and then fucking bankrupt on it. But boy, that $2,000 we gave you for school that semester, you better be fucking giving it back.
Yeah. I think it's because they know if they allow it for bankruptcy, no one would pay it.
Everyone would just bankrupt it.
They'd bankrupt it, yeah.
Yup.
Because at least the goal with like running a business is you don't want to bankrupt. But if you tell people, yeah, you can bankrupt your student loan debt, it's just like, bet.
Hell
That is
yeah,
my
dog.
post-college plan is to bankrupt myself.
And I understand the whole, like, you agreed to it, so you need to pay it, but I hate that you're so... I don't think you're fully educated at 18 on, like, the ways of the world.
You're not.
And I
But
think...
the other thing you have to remember is a lot of these people aren't taking out these loans. It's their parents that are helping them take out these loans. They're co-signed on the loans.
You don't co-sign on student loans.
My girlfriend's co-signed on student loans. So if she... That's the other thing. They had to take out a life insurance policy on her that if she dies... her parents don't get stuck with all the student loans.
That's fucking wild. I don't have co-signers on. I guess maybe my parents were smart to know not to co-sign on my student loans.
Yeah.
But like, Lordy Christ, yeah, it'll follow you to the day you fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't know about private loans too.
Or you could leave the country.
Yeah, I could. I'm like to where?
Yeah.
Rich.
Come to Pakistan, baby.
Do what?
Yeah, I was about to say, aren't you trying to come back here currently?
Yeah, I am. But it's okay, baby. Stay at my place.
Rent free?
Yeah, rent free.
You
Of
got
course,
chicken
rent
nuggets
free,
in the
baby.
freezer?
You my home.
Pakistani chicken.
Oh
nuggets.
yeah, dude. Well, they call
What's
them
that?
fiery fingers here.
Okay, so
They
you got
call 'em fiery
You
fingers
got-
here.
Are there taquitos in Pakistan? What about good street
Yeah,
tacos?
Is there something like a taco?
Convince me now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like that's gonna be the real challenge. You can't get certain food options.
All right, but just wear the turban and grow a
Your
beard out.
grow beard. You gotta get a lot tanner.
It's gonna be really hot and humid the whole time.
Put a. Just during like 8 months out of the year, but you'll be fine.
That nice Google Fiber internet connection you're used to
Yeah.
at your house, and we're gonna nix that real quick.
Okay, I could upgrade the internet. I could upgrade the internet. I can upgrade it, but I am arguing with my internet
you're in
provider.
battle? Have you said anything rude to him yet? What's the last person you've been rude to, Junaid?
Dude, I made somebody cry recently.
tell me. Just a random person?
No, so we were out for a trip over this past week, and I went to this place, and they had like hotel accommodations, but like the room was like a complete mess. So then I called up like the housekeeping supervisor. I'm like, dude, there's pen markings on the wall, chocolate on the lampshades and drapes, stains on the couches. This room wasn't even vacuumed. And the dude started crying. I'm like, oh no. He's like, dude, my job.
Kill me downstairs.
My job.
No, dude. He was like, bro, I'll fix it. Please don't get me fired.
You like go down.
So I'm like, oh shit. I literally like, but before I even talked to him, I'd like put in complaints with like the manager there. And I'm like, oh fuck. So then I had to pay like catch up work with the manager. I'm like, the problem isn't with the service or your people. It's just a key element is communication between front desk and housekeeping. They need to communicate if the room isn't ready to be rented or I can't be rented this room. Like, you got to tell me I'm willing to wait, but I don't want to experience
The
that.
front desk is not communicating with the house staff. I will have them all executed.
Oh.
Oh my god. I'll have their tongues cut out. I'll have their tongues cut out if they don't
Is
go.
that
They
will
don't
that
want to
solve the
communicate.
problem, sir? And you're like, no, they need their tongues to communicate.
They should have thought of that
Oh my god.
before.
Should I cut off their right hand? Should I cut off their right hand? Take their firstborn child?
pick the
What do you
finger.
want?
Who can I kill?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god.
I just want-
I'm
I
so
just want to
sorry.
vacuum shit. Like,
And my
It's It's like
We lost you.
the Yakuza method though of like
I wonder if it helps our connection, the fact when I start beatboxing over your bad. Your cut throughs.
it seems intentional then.
We're back.
I was like, yeah, that was my only defense. I was like, I told my wife, like, yeah, sure, I might need therapy, but that guy was also a pussy.
Your guy was such a bitch.
You do not like the way I vacuum?
Dude, you gotta be able to take that in customer service. You take that shit on the chin and you just look back at the person and fucking say, okay.
It's like, ah, shit. I didn't do my job to the best of my ability. I guess I'll do it better.
There's nothing that infuriates grumpy customers more than an employee that won't respond to their rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I felt like my dad coming out because we had to take like.
Can you hear him? Because I can't.
I hope you caught that. That was like fucking. I think it just caught up 2 minutes of Janae talking in like about 4 seconds.
Not really. It sounded like his usual lag
Did
for
it?
me. Yeah.
Janae, why are you being old like your dad?
Okay, so we had like 2 like hand lunchbox size coolers for like my son's food. Okay, and they're like the hotel's like no outside food allowed.
How'd
I'm
you
like, oh
sneak that
yeah,
shit in?
call the police, call the military. I'm taking my son's food. He's an infant. He needs his food. No, I just grabbed it and I walked right by like these guys with AK-47s and like military security guard. And
Fucking spit on their.
I'm like, I'm taking this food. Shoot me if you have to. Shoot me if you have to. This is for my son. He
spit
needs
at their
this.
feet and walk by.
I'm like, I don't care what
Sir,
you
we
do.
have someone here that will chew your food for your son.
and they're just like, okay, never
That's what you
mind.
can do in those
Why
situations.
can't you bring outside food into a hotel?
Because they want you to buy food from their marked up marketplace.
Well, I get that, but if it's baby food, like
It's for, no. It's for
it's for
COVID restrictions. They're like they can't. Yeah, they're like we can't verify what's in it or who prepared it. That's why. And my mother-in-law was just like, you should stop. Just relax. There's no need to be
You're
rude.
like, fuck these
I'm like-
bitches. I'm fucking. Pull up then. Pull up, son. Load up that AK. I ain't heard you put the click clack on yet, done. You ain't stepping to
It's
me.
just the best part about that is like the concept that it's like
I would-
have brought in this takeout to poison you all in the hotel.
Right?
I have opened the lid and you will all get COVID from it.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, and then I would never use that language with my mother-in-law. But I'm like, oh yeah,
No,
do
I was
what
saying
you
that
have
was
to.
your attitude towards the fucking, not towards your mother-in-law, towards the dude with the AK-47s. You're looking at him like, that thing ain't even chambered, bitch. You don't even got the clip on right. Fuck you.
No,
He
dude,
starts
he was
crying.
like a lieutenant. He had like a beret on. He had like a beret on and like his name like full like camo gear ready because like very like high end clientele come in and out like international government officials and stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, use it if you have to. I'm going
take
in.
the safety off if you're gonna do something, bitch. Your safety's still on. You ain't tough. Fucking click that safety off if you want to step to me.
Sir, you do not have to be so mean to me.
You're fucking like your finger ain't even on the trigger. Put it on there, bitch. And he's like, I don't want to.
Sir, I am just told to hold the gun. I do not know how to use it.
You're just sitting there like, shoot me,
I was just
chamber
like-
it, bitch, shoot me.
Kill me over this baby food. I dare you. I'm
was
sorry, I'm
just
not
like,
doing my job.
This is exactly what my father would have done. This is exactly
Pull
what my
up
dad would
then.
have done. And I literally embarrassed
I'm
my
sure,
whole party
dude, that's
there.
such a dad move right there too, to just like go so hard and then walk away being like, oh fuck, maybe that was Oh boy. Well, once again, we're gonna sign out of here with a lovely story of Junaid makes somebody cry.
It makes somebody cry.
Have a good week, fellas.
Later, guys.